Welcome back to the Springfield Scottish Open, the quarter-finals day. We have the number 2 seed Rui Soares from Portugal against Curtis Malik of England, brother of Torrey, who you just saw win that incredible match in 5. As Curtis, 9-16 seed, 21 years of age and 123 in the world currently. And he's up against Rui Soares. Well, I'm Simon Park, and joining me in the commentary cupboard for this match is Fergus Richards. Good afternoon, Fergus.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here.
Thanks for agreeing to do this. I know it's your first time. Have you enjoyed the tournament so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great to be back in Scotland and have competitive squash back in Scotland. It's been a long time since that's been the case with COVID. So it's great to be able to demonstrate to the whole, to the Scottish people that have been able to get here, the high level of squash that's going on around Europe at the moment.
It's a really cosmopolitan event as well, isn't it? We've got quite a lot of different nationalities in this event, in both the men's and the women's, particularly the men's though.
Yeah, it's great with COVID seeing things open up again, having gone from lots of domestic only tournaments to now having people being able to travel around and play events, which is a big part of why people love being a professional. So it's great to have that back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the reasons I've got a lot of you young players, young commentators in to help me is because I actually haven't ever seen Curtis Malik play, believe it or not. Seen his name a lot over the years, of course. This is a first for me. Have you played against him?
I haven't had the pleasure of playing Curtis. We've been in lots of tournaments recently together, but I've never played him. I've seen him play a few of the fellow Scots. And he's a very solid player, very traditional, and I think it should be a good game. Moves well, as you can see there. So yeah, I think we're in for a good match here.
Prediction?
I think Soares might just have a little bit too much around the front and be a little bit too clever for him. But I'm going to go 3-1 to the Portuguese.
Yeah, he's certainly got a lot of experience on his side, Rui Soares. He's a 9-time national champion, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's not quite as many as Alan Klein, but he's getting there.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday when Soares was playing all the different... We were trying to find out what the record was, because there's a few out there. I know that Ollie Tuominen in Finland won a tremendous amount. I mean, even Nick Matthew in England, which is, an incredibly hard task, won 10 nationals. I think Willie Hosey, you might not, he's a bit before your time, he's actually even older than me, believe it or not, but he won a lot of Irish titles before Derek Ryan.
Good knowledge there then.
Yeah, I think he won something like 15 titles, or maybe even more.
Wow, that is incredible. That's I wonder when his first one was and when his last one was. It's quite a large age gap to be bridging there.
Yeah, I think it was quite spread out as well. That was another. They just kept fit at very an older age, to be playing at that level. Good start from both players. Just as I say that, Soares hammers it into the tin.
Yeah, I'm sure the cameramen will be worrying about their camera on that one. And I gave my prediction, but I never got your prediction. What do you think we're going to get here?
Well, as I say, I've not seen Curtis play before, but I've seen all his results, and perhaps I've seen a couple of YouTube clips. But I was going to say they look like they have a few similarities in terms of, you know, nice solid hitting and moving well. Both quite big guys on the squash court. Don't know if you agree with that, but I would say, yeah, I think probably just from seeing all the results and the way that Soares has played yesterday and his results, that he's probably going to win this match.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. He looks very comfortable on there, doesn't he? Very smooth mover.
He does. I kept using that word smooth yesterday. It's like a smooth operator.
The real battle here going on to see who can get control of this middle area. Such a crucial area in squash, especially when you're a big guy. To try and assert your dominance around there early is so important.
Well, they both look like the kind of players that like to do that as well. So it's just, you know, they both can't be on the tee at the same time, can they?
No, so it's a bit of a tussle there. Hopefully it stays clean and there aren't too many decisions to get involved.
That's usually okay at the early stage, isn't it? It's when players start to get a little bit tired.
Yeah, the dreaded lazy movements.
You haven't had any matches like that, have you?
I'm too small to get in the way,
Yeah.
so it's okay. I always
Just
plead my
blame your
innocence.
opponent.
They're always bigger than me, so it must be their fault.
Well, these two do have a head-to-head in the PSA. Rui Soares is 2-love up. In fact, he won at the Sumner Malik Memorial Tournament in the quarterfinals, and also in the hit-and-run final.
Yeah, I guess with Rui being based in the UK, they've had a few more chances to play with the internal domestic events.
Sure. You played Soares in the first round. Just tell me a little bit about how you felt on court with him.
I actually didn't play.
Oh, sorry, no.
Rui.
Yeah,
I played Harry.
Yeah, you played Harry.
He
That's
then
right.
played Rui.
Yeah.
But I haven't spoken to Harry about it. He said that Rui just hit such a good quality length and was able to move the ball around the court really efficiently. So I expect to see him try and employ that tactic again today. Yes, I'd say Curtis and Harry are similar sizes and trying to probably play squash in a very similar way. So I think Rui will be looking for a repeat performance and result.
If you were coaching Curtis in this match, which would never happen because you wouldn't be coaching an Englishman, what would you say to him?
Well, I think he's trying to do the right thing. He's got to try and nullify Rui around the middle by controlling it himself. And if he can put pressure on at the back of the court, he's definitely got the shots and winning attributes to be able to put pressure on just like that.
Great shot, great reactions there, and got the ball into the back corner. Great velocity there. It's good play from Curtis. Just taking the volley at the right time there.
Yeah, good build-up work down the backhand to force the loose cross-court. And thinking Rui's probably thinking about trying to straighten those ones in the future to not give him that angle to find the tight line into the front corners. we're just in a really important phase in this first game, which is always so crucial in squash, especially for an unseeded underdog here to try and really impose herself on the game. It's always nice to take the first and really feel a bit more comfortable on the court. I think we're seeing that with both players, maybe a little bit reluctant to take the ball in short and looking to really build the rallies to create a really clear-cut chance to attack in short and open the court up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a bit cagey, isn't it, in these opening exchanges, but we're getting close to the business end now in this first. It's just getting that balance, isn't it? You don't want to be too negative, but you've got to be patient. You can't be giving away cheap points. You've also got to be proactive on there.
I think that's where the experience of Rui might kick in a little bit. He'll know the right times to really step up and try and be aggressive.
That's a great shot again. It was a similar position to earlier. Some cagey work from both players, and then the anticipation across to the forehand for Malik on that volley drop shot. Good play from the youngster.
Yeah, really clinical when he got the chance. That's what you got to do in these tight situations at the end of games.
Well, he was advising his younger sister in the last match. I'm sure he must have been, or he must be, quite inspired by that win.
Yeah, great win for Tori. Very impressive.
Really well played. Really well played from Malik. It was a perfectly weighted length there. So that gives him 2 game balls in this first against his higher seeded opponent. It's good work from Malik. He's taking the game to Soares a little bit. It's not sitting back.
Yeah, and although they're building carefully, there's good intensity to the hitting. It's not just chipping the ball, waiting the other person to do something or make a mistake. It's really positive, looking to create a chance.
He only got a little bit fortunate there, which was, well, he fully deserved. He'd been hitting his targets most of the first game and got the error from Soares. Just squirting out the nick a little bit. So Curtis Malik takes the first game 11-8 in 12 minutes. He leads by 1 game to love. Well, fantastic first game for young Curtis Malik. Things are going well for the Malik family this afternoon. Can it continue? There's going to be a response from Soares, that's for sure. Both been talking about his experience and quality. Certainly won't panic, will he?
No, definitely not. I think sometimes you see players go 1 down and they come out and look to really hit their way out of trouble. But Rui's come out and hit some nice volley lobs and looked to switch the play and change the pace a little bit. Having watched the first few days now into the quarterfinals day, what would you say the biggest difference that you notice with this level of squash compared to the stuff that you commentate on at the platinum level at the moment?
I think one of the biggest differences is mental. I keep saying between the ears and that kind of thing. I mean, obviously, you know, when you're looking at the top 20 in the world, they've got great skills and ability and fitness and strength and all the rest of it. But there's a lot of very talented players here this week that have got a lot to offer. I was talking quite a lot about Solnicki, you know, the Czech player. He's very talented, but it just he got found out against Evans a little bit. He was pushing him physically, and quite a few errors started to come from his racket, didn't they? Which they weren't doing in the previous round. I mean, he looked $1 million in the previous round, so that's one of the biggest differences, just the ability to keep the ball above the tin. I mean, look at someone like Joel Makin, how he's worked through. He wasn't a great junior, and obviously he's incredibly fit, and that goes hand in hand with the mental side. But it's just, I mean, I've really enjoyed this week so far. There's still a long way to go, but there's been some great squash, some really talented players. But it's sometimes just those cheap points given away or the shot selection. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, definitely. I certainly know myself. You come off court and you've lost 11-9 or whatever the score might be, and you look at it and you go, at 3-all, I just clip the tin on a drop or whatever, and so often that isn't what you see.
That's the difference, yeah.
At the top level, and it's not maybe blaming execution, but you can also definitely point at the mental side of concentrating on that little detail in what you've been practicing and training. So I think that's definitely a very fair comment.
And that's where sports psychology is so important. Just have a little listen to this. It's just shared interference, let ball.
I think
or
so.
More effort.
I see where Rui's coming from. He has ended up getting past him, behind him, but Rui's hit a good length and it's died off. But I think he could have intercepted it before it got there if the line was there. So I think that's a fair decision from the referee there.
Do you work with a sports psychologist, and the Scottish Squash have one?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that that I'm able to work with one. His name's Jeffrey Webster, and he works with a lot of the Scottish athletes. And it's great. It's great to have his input and hopefully unlock a few little bits of extra percentage of performance here and there, and that'll make the difference at the end of games. Yeah,
absolutely. It's I mean, some people, I mean, it benefits everyone, but some people are just a little bit naturally calmer in certain situations than others, but I think it benefits just about everybody.
Yeah, and I think it's as you say, it's controlling your emotions, whether your initial emotion is aggression, like someone like Mohammed El Shabagi, or if you're
George Parker,
or if you're a bit calmer and you're someone more like an Ali Farag who just looks calm, cool as you like the whole time. It's just trying to harness whichever way it goes and give yourself that best chance of performing in the key pressure moments.
Or a Gawad who just looks like he's thinking about pizza later on.
Yeah, pizza by the pool, that's what he wants.
Same expression throughout the whole, not just the match, but the whole day, the whole week.
Good start here from Curtis. So often, as we mentioned at the start, the more experienced players come out in the second with a little bit more intent, but Curtis has done a really good job to weather that intent from the Portuguese and taking a good lead here.
Well, he's got a great future as a coach, helping his sister earlier, and obviously the future's bright as a player. Looking really good for him at the moment.
I'm sure Tori will be quick to take confidence from the coaching that I'm sure he gave to Curtis as well.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she was going to be straight in his corner after her match.
It's a nice finish there from Curtis. Really soft hands into the front corner.
There she is at the back. Hope she's done some stretching.
Don't need to stretch at 17, do you?
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. Never feel sore. Can't remember.
Yeah, sadly I'm getting to that point too.
It's 32 years ago for me.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Thank you. You're so nice.
Just a few loose balls here from Rui, squirting out into the middle a little bit, and he's getting punished here.
That's a great shot. Still managing to work his higher seeded opponent around the court. It's good holding play from Soares.
Yeah, a subtle hold makes such a difference. When you're thinking about trying to get work into people, you often think about hitting with greater intensity and taking the ball early. But if you can do that along with just a little hold, doesn't have to be massive or anything extravagant, it makes such a difference to a person's movement.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, he's quick. Oh, I don't know. Is that a let? I thought he went for the man a little bit there. You know, the ball was to the right. There's a line to the right here. Don't know what you think.
It's a pretty tight shot there from Curtis, and I think unfortunately both players look like they've come off a little bit worse from that contact. There's a lot of momentum going into that ball. Yeah, there's maybe a little line to the right. I think he's going to get there. So I don't think it's a no let, but
yeah, I just think a stroke's a little harsh.
Is that the Englishman in you coming out, is it?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean fair play, or I don't know what you mean? Oh, you mean because I'm being biased towards Malik? I get you.
No, I would never insinuate that. What I think it has done is just brought Rui back into the match, though, this game a little bit. So we'll see what happens here, how Curtis has recovered from that little knock and break in play.
Yeah, he certainly would have felt that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, like we said earlier, they're both big lads.
Well, I've just had a message from Malik. Obviously, she's listening, and she said she has stretched, so not to worry. Just staying calm here, Rui Soares, just trying to stop the rock, get some sort of momentum going. Absolutely crucial in the second game now. We have seen one return this week. Well, there may have been more on court 3, but from a 2-love deficit, Nick Wall and Rory Stewart last night. Don't know, you'll know, has there been any more on court 3?
Not that I've been aware of. I think there's been a few 5-setters, but I don't think anything from a 2-love deficit. It's mentally such a tough thing to do, especially at this level where not much is given physically. You don't often get someone that just dies out after 2 games. So it's a very hard mental challenge to do, and fair play to Nick last night for managing to do it.
Well, if anyone's going to do it, he's going to do it. He's one of the most determined players, isn't he? And fit young lad.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets that with some of his coaching.
Yeah, Nick Matthew was pretty determined, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'd say he was on that side of things rather than the cam. It's a good comeback here from Rui. He was 7-2, 7-3 down, and he's done well to fire himself up with a couple of shouts and get himself back into this game.
Recently reached the final of the Madeira International, Rui Soares, which was a pretty decent event. He lost to El Serti, the Egyptian. Suarez is the one just being a fraction more aggressive in his hitting at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's just starting to find his range a little bit more into the back corners, really stretching Curtis out, making the court nice and big for him, which is so key on a court like this that's bouncing so quickly and the ball's flying through. Always hot in Scotland, that's what it is.
Seems to be always hot in that court. Apologies to the viewers if you can hear that noise. I think someone's cutting the grass right by our door. He's got to be careful, Suarez, going cross-court into the forehand of Malik. It's pretty good on that forehand volley.
I think like a lot of big players they're very good across the middle of the court.
Oh, that'll do drop in. That'll do for Suarez. Cross-court drive into the nick behind the service box, and it's getting 2 game balls in this second. Long rally this one, some good quality from both. Probably one of the most patient rallies so far. Oh, that's a great get, because he's unlucky. The first kill from Curtis Malik was pretty impressive, but what a get from Rui Soares. Really fought hard in that second game, and he had to against his younger opponent. He's playing remarkably well. You see, going to get some advice reciprocated by his younger sister. But it's Rui Soares, the number 2 seed, who takes the second game 11-8 in 15 minutes. The score is 1 game apiece.
A bit early in the game for some time wasting there.
Old Manning, one of my tactics.
I think it's called experience, isn't it?
Something like that.
I feel Curtis has got to really make a good start here, just to keep belief strong, really find his back corner, stretch the court out like he did so well at the start of the second game.
Yeah, he got that. He's going to complain about that, but it was good.
Is this one of your first commentary gigs at a Challenger event?
I think it is the first, but I have commentated in other events, like the college finals in the States a couple of years ago. Might have been about 3 years ago. That was really good, actually. That was something different. And I've done team events, you know, European teams, world teams and things. But yeah, this is the first Challenger event. It's been great fun to see all. I mean, I know a few players, but there's quite a lot that I didn't know, and you know, enjoyed looking them up and speaking to a few of them and getting them in the commentary cupboard. It's been great.
I think it's great for the Challenger series for players to experience this. I'm sure many people are hoping to continue through the journey up the rankings and get to the Platinum events where this is the norm. So it's a great first taste and some experience to know what happens in those scenarios and feel more comfortable. And I think it's a real credit to Scottish Squash for being able to get the sponsors to do it and sorting it out, and yourself for coming along. So
yeah, it's absolutely, it's been great, and I think as you players improve, hopefully the tournament will improve in terms of, you know, sponsorship. And I mean, Springfield have been absolutely fantastic, but I think the plan is to build it bigger, to make it bigger and bigger, and perhaps it will be a glass court event eventually.
yeah, I know that Scottish Squash and Springfield as well are very ambitious, and as you can see from the front of the tin, there's plenty of sponsors, and the players have been treated great here in Inverness, and hopefully, as you say, it'll continue to grow and more sponsors will want to get involved, and it's great to see the development of not only players but also hopefully tournaments, and hopefully in the near future the tournament will grow and the players will grow with it.
Oh, wicked boast there from Soares. Opportunity. Oh my word, that is so lucky. A right smile there from Soares. I mean, he was so out of position. His you can just see Curtis Malik saying, "How did you do that?" I mean, I think he caught the edge of the frame and it spun up and then spun down just above the tin. Impossible to retrieve, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great shot, whichever way it came about. That's the joy of being tall, I guess.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got that back, I don't think.
No, I think I'd have been a few feet short of that.
You make up for it with quick foot speed.
Yeah, I think I might need a longer racket as well.
No one will notice.
I'm sure Paul Waters can help me out.
Back into the patient play down this backhand wall, as you often see with right-handers at just sort of middle points of matches. Both players just trying to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, quite often after a bit of a hectic rally with that slightly fortuitous winner, you see both players just trying to settle back into what they know, which is line and length, often down that left-hand wall, as you say.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Clever shot here from Malik. Sort of touched the ball so it caressed the side wall and dropped deftly at the front.
Even more impressive with what looked like a slight slip in the front corner as well. Nice width there from Rui on the volley. Really getting that ball fading away from Curtis the whole way, making a really tough movement into the low right-hand side wall.
Yeah, that's a good decision. Don't know what you think, but I think, yeah, room to play. Good decision.
Yeah, I think so. I think that might be a little bit of experience there, just not going through and playing it and looking to maybe get the slightly cheaper point out of it. And I think the referee's done well and wise to it. Nothing too rash with the no let or anything like that, but just trying to get both players to play the ball and hopefully see some good squash.
Oh, he's actually played it. Took him out, then played it.
And that's one each in terms of into the back and a little bit of back pain.
Just use the towel and then wipe your face with it.
What do you think about the towels at the front? Obviously, with no touching the walls at the moment, it makes great sense. But do you think when in the years to come, when COVID's maybe less of a big issue and players kind of go back into the habit of wiping their hands on the wall, do you think the towel will stay? Do you think the towel will go?
I think the towel's a great asset. I think you should have a little box for them though in this tournament. That's one difference between this and the bigger events. Just get a little basket each at the front of the court. But I definitely think it should stay, yeah, because I mean, you talk about wiping hands on the wall, but there's some players just sweat so much, don't they? It's just never ending. So I think the towel situation will stay.
Yeah, I think it is a good initiative and a clever one. As you say, I think with the box it looks just a little bit more tidier around the front of the court. But I think it is a good initiative, and hopefully, as long as it's monitored with how regular players are using it and it doesn't become a untie and retie the shoelace kind of situation.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's always, you see it in tennis, don't you? And you know, there's always players that are gonna bend the rules as much as they possibly can. But I think for the most part, it's been a good asset, good change.
Great length there from Curtis, really snapping through that ball around the midcourt.
Oh, that's a great shot. Great control on that backhand volley. Lovely technique. Nice and balanced. that's great control. A little bit of disguise there, high racket preparation, early racket preparation, and just descending into that drop shot perfectly.
And we're back locked in at 8-7 again. And we've been here every game.
Well, some real quick fire play there from Soares just to get back to parity, really rushing his opponent.
Curtis is not quite clearing the ball enough there to allow the Portuguese man to play.
Why didn't he play the backhand? If we see this again, he could have played that backhand earlier and just won the point. The straight drop shot.
I think it's a good decision. I think there's probably a safety element there on him turning and hitting that, but he's definitely not ready to play that ball anywhere near. He's just maybe not quite moved his feet quickly enough. Whether that's fatigue or just a bit of decision making, he's just not quite made the decision quick enough.
Loose cross court, got away with it temporarily, hasn't eventually. Just put himself under pressure there, and Soares just using his experience. 2 game balls now, take a 2-1 lead. Putting some work into his younger opponent here, and that was a fantastic drive to the back of the court. Great precision there from the Portuguese number 1, number 2 seed here. Soares first off the court, delighted with that game. So he takes the third, 11-8 in 13 minutes, and leads by 2-1. So one or two decisions happening now. As we said earlier, we alluded to, with big guys on the court, there's going to, as they get a little bit more tired towards the end. I do think these two are pretty fair players, though. They do want to try and play squash, don't they? Get on with things. Oh, it's a roller. Great hands there from Malik.
Yeah, great finish, wasn't it? Slightly off balance position. Managed to maintain his strength and just really guided it in there.
That's pretty impressive too. Good bit of disguise there.
The old head fake coming out, can't beat it.
It's never the head fake that beats you, though. I don't understand.
Looks good though.
Yeah. Wowzers. I mean, look at that. That's just, I mean, that's class, isn't it? We talk about the serve, but I'm going to talk about the return because that was pretty special.
Yeah, that's 3 great shots there from Curtis to take a 3-1 lead.
Perfect response. I think that Torres just said to him, just slot it.
I think the advice was just every time you get it, just give it a head fake or roll it. Another tight shot there from Curtis to stretch him out to a 4-point lead. It's a great start in this 4th game.
So, of course, we saw Emma Evans come through in the other half of this bottom half. The winner of this match will get to play against him in the semi-finals tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
I'm sure it'll be keen for Curtis to win this game to prolong it.
Yeah, absolutely. His match with Solnicki was 52 minutes, so he'll be, it's a reasonable length, but he'll be fairly fresh. Fit boy. Good squeeze from Soares. That's good use of the wrist there from Malik. Good bit of power in that wrist as well to get it cross court.
Yeah, really flashed across Rui there. I didn't really have much of a chance to react to that one.
That's good pressure again from Malik. Just managing to get in front a little bit and put the work in on the backhand side.
Yeah, some tough movements here for Rui at the start of the 4th. Curtis will be looking to continue this and really try and push through this game.
Clever shot that from the Portuguese number 1. It was a decent shot, wasn't it? What are your thoughts on this one?
Just having a little look at it here, I think it's a good shot from Curtis. I don't think it's a winner. I think Alet's probably a fair decision.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's quite loose enough for it to be a stroke.
Just popped up a little bit, and everyone's very quick on here, aren't they? Very athletic, and just one stride.
It's the one where if you're just hit the shot, you think it's a winner, and if you're trying to get it, you think it's a stroke.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think credit to the referee, got that one right as well.
That is soft. That is a little bit soft. I don't know what you think, Fergus, but he could have gone round the back of Malik there.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's very soft. I think he slightly maybe misread the length of the ball and thought that he was going to be able to cut it off next to him, and then just overcommitted a little bit and couldn't quite, or didn't want to move around the corner. Maybe a little bit of justice there with the miss.
I think he moves his feet a little bit too much. Yeah, his back leg, you could see there, was moving as he played the drop shot, so he's not got that still base. It's a good lift. Just starting to run in a few more boasts on the backhand side, Soares. It's a good hold. Hold and flick. Not an easy shot to play on the backhand side, that one, with accuracy.
Yeah, very easy to spray it straight into the side wall and give away strokes and put yourself under real pressure. So, very well executed there. Just heard a little roar there from the Portuguese, hoping to fire himself up to get himself back in this game and get off court in 4.
I think there's a line to the right a little bit, the referee should say. I do agree with the decision, though.
I think there's definitely room to go in there. I think they are big men. I think Rui probably could have maybe cleared it a little bit more, but I think it's good to encourage players to go into those positions and keep playing.
Yeah, definitely. So 4 game balls here for Malik now. It takes it at the first time of asking. Fantastic straight backhand kill there from Malik. And we're going all the way to the decider. Huge opportunity here for both players. So Curtis Malik of England takes the 4th game, 11-6 in 10 minutes. It's 2 games all. Well, here we go, into the decider. Who can hold their nerve the best in this 5th game here?
Who do you fancy here then, now that it's gone to the 5th?
Well, it's again, it's a difficult one for me because this is the first time I've ever seen Malik play, and I don't know everything that he does in different situations. But I've been impressed with him, the way that he's been resilient. So you know, I can. He's definitely got the ability to win here, Malik. But he's got a very difficult, experienced opponent.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a bit of clever movement there from the Portuguese moving back in towards where the ball's going to really stop there being a line and make it look like he's gone the wrong way. I think I'd give a let. I'm going to push you for an answer though. I didn't hear who you back in.
I mean, you could literally toss a coin, couldn't you, between these two at this stage now? But well, being an Englishman, I'm going to go with Malik, the younger player. But I mean, yeah, just you could even see this going to a tie-break.
Portugal on penalties.
Yeah, good job there's no penalties in the squash. But I mean, you were asking earlier about the difference between this tournament and the higher level, and in this 5th, what a shot that was. I mean, it's going to be so mental. Who can be tough mentally, especially early doors. And at the moment, it's looking like Soares.
Yeah, Curtis did a great job in the 4th of rattling off a few winners at the start and being really aggressive with his shot selection. It'll be interesting to see if he sticks with that policy of going for it when it's there and being aggressive.
He's quickly found himself 3-love down here, Malik. That backhand kill on the volley, straight one on the volley and off the bounce for Malik is really impressive.
Yeah, really hits down it well, and he's finding a great line to keep the ball tight as well. So even though Rui's maybe getting there, he's really struggling to scrape it off the wall, and it's giving Curtis another chance if it's not a winner. Looking to push the pace there, he just got himself in a bit of trouble there. Maybe overcommitted a little bit, but I think it's still the right thing to be doing to when you've got him under pressure to really try and turn the screw and take the ball early. Just maybe overcommitted slightly there.
just made it up. There's a stretching going on from both players. Agree?
Yeah, good decision from me. And there's plenty of space on the inside there. He's only just clipped him, to be fair, but I still think there's space on the inside there. Do you agree as well?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's definitely quite wide, quite close to the side wall, and I felt like Soares was away from the ball. Some fantastic stuff here, amazing rally from these two, and it goes on. Suarez just going for the, they had to finish in a let or a decision. Not sure it was the correct one. It's unbelievable gets from both players. Suarez trying to flick there. Quite high, that drop shot, I thought.
Yeah, it did look quite high.
Was there a line?
I'm not sure there was, but I think the referee's trying to be consistent there, and he's given a couple of no-lets the other way around, and maybe felt like he had to give that decision.
Sure.
And I think I'd rather see consistency and maybe a couple of wrong ones than lots of inconsistency, and you're not really sure what you're going to get. But some fantastic retrieval from both players at the start of this game. Really having to dig deep here to keep going and keep picking these balls up.
Yeah, this is that period again where both players just happy to rally down the backhand wall, keep it tight and not particularly going for much, staying patient. Now we have the cat and mouse situation. Lots more running, drop shots. Desperately needed that point, didn't he, Malik? Stage in the scoring.
Yeah, again, I think that's a good decision as well. I think sometimes when referees see players get through to the ball, they just think you're through and you can hit it. But as you can clearly see from that reverse angle, he was going to swing down and always chop Rui's poor shoulder off.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he's missed it. Missed it. Had too long to think about it. You see that so often.
Great pickup from Curtis, just making him hit that one extra ball, and that's where it pays off.
Oh, that's huge, absolutely huge. He pounced on that when he read it. Anticipated really well here, but just the final effort just hitting the tin.
A little bit of frustration coming out as well there. He was 6-1 up, and Curtis has done really well to fight back to 5-6 and shown some real great resilience.
Well, it's so frustrating, isn't it, when you've put in a few good rallies and you finish up with shots like that. You can feel your opponent gradually creeping up on you.
Yeah, and there's nothing like your opponent missing a slot ball for a bit of confidence.
Seems to be the norm now, doesn't it? These long, drawn-out, patient rallies, and it seems to be suiting the younger player. It's a really good comeback in this fifth.
Yeah, you just wonder if those couple of tins from Rui slightly dented his confidence in going in short. I felt like at the start he was moving Curtis around the court really well, making it really big, making it tough, and really pouncing on anything loose. And now he just seems to be happy to almost kind of play a length game and wait for something to happen. I think Curtis is doing a good job of playing that game, but also looking to be proactive. And he's worked a few good balls in with the kill and the boast, and I think it's important that he keeps doing that.
Well, it was tight, wasn't it, this? And I felt like there was minimal contact.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. It's a tough one for a referee. He's obviously got through, but there is some interference, especially on your racket arm. It's definitely difficult to feel that you can get a decent swing on it, but I fancy if it had been a bit looser, he would have had a go at it.
Great shot. Just poking that one in from high up on the forehand side. Needed that, Soares.
Yeah, completely agree. That'll do his confidence a world of good.
Really good depth there from the Portuguese player.
Just doing a good job at the moment in the last couple of rallies of making the court really big, really exposing the back corners and the front corners.
And the other good thing from Soares' point of view is that he's not been phased mentally by the big lead that he had taken away. Malik getting back to 6-all, and now Soares just pulling away by 2.
Yeah, still looks as smooth as he did in the first rally, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that again before I made my comment.
It's difficult from there, isn't it? Because you don't get the perception of the depth.
It's a difficult one because the ball's always running towards Malik.
He kind of moved the wrong way, didn't he? I mean, I know he jumped, and but it was a pretty good shot, wasn't it? He just couldn't quite clear enough, but he's got away with it.
Yeah, I think on the balance, I'm happy with a yes let there.
Yeah, I'm pleased that you're happy.
Nice little bit of gamesmanship as well from both of them, celebrating the stroke and the no-let that was about to come their way.
Always just a little bit of extra persuasion to the referee. That was a great get.
Yeah, it's the old classic, take the ball and walk to the other service box.
Yeah. You'd never do that, would you?
No decisions in my games. Far too clean.
Great shot. He was on it. He read it so early, that one. Malik, you can see he's already moving to the backhand side.
It's that backhand kill again. Did a great job of absorbing the pressure at the start of the rally as well. Really pouncing on the loose ball that he got from the Portuguese man. Kurt just holding his ground there and keeping his position and playing that backhand kill again. Doesn't get much tighter than 8-all, 2-all.
Nothing between them. Well, there is now. Just overcooking that lob slightly. It was the right shot to try and play. And we do keep talking about the mental side and the extra experience that someone like Soares has got, because he's been in this situation more times than Malik. It's simple as that. Is he going to utilise that experience?
Both players still looking strong physically as well, which is great to see.
Getting very tense in this cupboard, Fergus.
Yeah, a huge moment for both players now. As you said, it's all about composure and staying and trusting what you've done in training. And at the end of the day, who's got the minerals for it?
"27-year-old versus 21-year-old. Will it be youth or experience that prevails here? It's 1 point in it. It's good aggressive play. I mean, it's more than good. It's amazing aggressive play there from Malik. You can hear his sister calling out for him, supporting him. That was very much required.
Yeah, great injection of pace there with a couple of hold and flick cross courts, really stretching him out to create the opportunity and create the space for that great straight drive there. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, he's been pretty brave here, Malik. He's got to keep that going without giving anything silly away, because I don't feel that Soares will do that.
Yeah, it's such a fine line between bravery and maybe stupidity.
The wrong shot. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, two reverse angles. Oh, speaking of which, I mean, of course that could have gone in the nick, but it didn't. It clipped the tin. Soares will be kicking himself, but there's only one match ball potentially for Malik here.
Yeah, it's not often you see the two reverse angles back to back at 9-all in the fifth, but that's what we got there. I was quite surprised by that.
Two leisure centres, neither of them any good. It was Malik that came through. Match ball for him. And chance to go through to the semi-finals. Oh, what a shot. That was absolutely amazing. Talk about being brave. What a straight kill that was. Absolutely rolled out of the net. That was incredible in that position. Didn't waste any time. Didn't have to go into a tie break. Wonderful stuff there from Malik. Rui Soares played his part. Fantastic game to watch. That was really enjoyable. So Curtis Malik comes through this match 11-8, 8-11, 8-11, 11-6, 11-9 in 77 minutes. He's through to meet Emyr Evans in the semi-finals.
Right, I'm courtside with Curtis Malik, winner of that second men's semi-final. Curtis, an absolute marathon of a match. How's the body feeling after that?
Pretty sore, to be honest. Honestly, that fifth game, I don't even know how I pushed through to win that. That's probably the hardest I've ever had to dig in a match to win, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And
how do you keep your emotions in check with a match like that? The score is constantly changing, going up, losing. And that last set was, 6-0, 8-0, 9-0. How do you deal with that?
Well, I went pretty far down in that fifth game. I just said to myself, go back to your game plan. I think when I got nip and tuck for the whole game, I just remind myself of the game plan, stick to the game plan, and then just hopefully get through on that.
And you've got your sister who was cheering you on, and obviously she was playing earlier, made it through to the semi-final. Did that spur you on as well?
That may have goosebumps before the start of my match, and I was like, if Tori can do it, I can do it as well. Yeah, absolutely. So both in the semi-finals tomorrow, you got a semi-final against Emyr Evans. What kind of game do you expect from him? It's going to be another physical battle. Played around June, big 3-2 again. So yeah, it should be a really good match.
Well, best of luck for that one. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck for tomorrow.